Okay, ladies, this is the jar that I'm using. I picked this up from Walmart. It's a mason jar and it is green, but I do prefer a clear jar. But this jar was only about $2.30. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the metallic finish spray paint that I picked up from Walmart a while ago. I don't believe that it was more than $10, but yes, I did get this from Walmart. And so that is the one you will need, the metallic finish. I removed the tops already. You won't need those. Just place those to the side. And then I placed down some paper for to cover the concrete, so I didn't want to get spray paint on the concrete. So I'm just going to start spray painting the jar. And make sure, ladies, you see how close I am to the jar. I don't think you should be that close to the jar. I wasn't paying attention, but it does cause the paint to have that drip look when you are close to the jar like that. So just make sure you're not as close as I am to the jar. But I was also trying to avoid getting it on the concrete since I only had about 3 sheets of paper down. But yeah, I'm just spraying the jar all over, making sure I don't miss any spots because that jar is green, so I wanted to cover it entirely. And so now I'm going to flip the jar upside down. Yes, you're going to get spray paint on your hands, but it will come off with alcohol. So you're just going to flip it upside down so you can spray paint the bottom. Now that you see that it does have that drip paint look, but I am going to spray back over it. And so once it dries, it won't look like the paint is dripping on there. So I'm just spraying the top of this jar, making sure it's all sprayed all over. And then I'm going to leave it outside for about an hour to dry once I'm done spray painting it. Now this is the bling roll that I got from Walmart. It was also about $2 in the arts and crafts section. And so you're going to need that for the perimeter of the jar, the outer perimeter of the jar. And you're going to need some fabric glue. This is the no-sew fabric glue I picked up from Hobby Lobby. It comes in a pack of 3. And so I'm going to use that one. It dries white. I would prefer you use hot glue though. If you do have a hot glue gun, please use that instead of the fabric glue because the fabric glue took a while to dry. And so the hot glue gun is going to stick better and it's going to dry very quick. So I do prefer you using a hot glue gun. So right now I'm just measuring around the perimeter of the jar. And you want to make sure that it's not loose because it will slip off if it is loose. So you want to wrap it around to where it's very tight around the jar. And then I'm just going to cut where I measured it. And I placed my thumb there before I removed it so I could remember where to actually cut it. So now I'm just making sure it's right. Make sure it's fitting around the jar. And mine was a little loose at first, so I'm going to have to glue the leftover down on the back side. So now I'm just taking that piece that I cut off. I'm putting some fabric glue on there. And now I'm going to wrap this around, putting the side with the glue on the outside of the strip that I cut. So you're going to make sure that side is on the outside so you'll be able to press it down. And now I'm just holding it. Now this is the jar once it's finished and dried. Like I said, the fabric glue did take a while to dry, so I do prefer a hot glue gun. But this is the finished look and it says perfection. Perfect touch. And this is how it will look with your makeup brushes in. Thank you all for watching, and if you would love more DIYs, please thumbs this video up. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and always stay beautiful, dolls.